All right, welcome back. Let's go to Paraguay and talk about the FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup and talk about Nigeria. It's not really palatable. I'm struggling to get the words out. In whatever competition Nigeria goes to, whether or not they prepare well, we know they didn't prepare too well, but you still expect that one way or the other we'll get our acts together. But not in anyone's books would you ever think that Nigeria will be seeing scorelines like 10-1, 12-2. Not in my books anyway.
Yeah,
losses,
not in your book.
Losses, yes, but not 12
Not this scandalous.
No.
Right? Okay, I see what you're saying now. Anyways, I guess what has made me a bit speechless is because the Brazilians brought out the sledgehammer early this morning and hammered the Sand Eagles by 12 goals to 2. The second match in Group D, Portugal, of course, prevailing 3-1 over Oman, and that's a more respectable scoreline. But for Nigeria, I mean, like you said, it's been a disastrous campaign in Paraguay, the FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup, and of course we can trace the reasons for this. And if we start, we might not lift the show, but of course it all starts with not having a beach soccer league. That's the number one.
Having to play beach soccer with regular football players.
That's the number one problem. Then
it's very wrong.
Exactly. Then, of course, preparations. What kind of preparations did they have? I remember just a few weeks before the competition itself, and the NFF first vice president was talking about Shakimi, about how the Copa Lagos is going to serve as preparations, and at the point. As at then, I was saying, of course, that's not going to be enough. And it hasn't come as a surprise to me at all to see the Sand Eagles go to
Before we
Paraguay.
take a look at the standings, before we take a look at it, if you listen to what the coach said, his interview immediately after the game, right there on the beach side, he said, how many preparations do you? It sounds like an indictment. A lot of people will say an excuse in the back, but I don't blame Coach Adamu for saying that. You need 4 or 5 tournaments to prepare yourself.
It is not an excuse.
The issue is, if we're serious about these things, let's do the right thing. If we want to continue to make up the numbers, well, let's continue with the jamboree. and the coach said, we didn't prepare well. This is just the story. It wasn't that our boys were that bad. Even though I still argue that you need regular beach soccer players to play this competition, and that's where the league comes into it.
It is so important.
Some players play the league, they make the transition. It's not ideal.
Yeah, it's not ideal, not at all. Let's see the final standings now in Group D, and you see where Nigeria is placed very, very, very at the bottom of the group with no points at all from 3 games. And you look at the goals for column, Nigeria scored 8 goals, but conceded 28.
Wow.
That is embarrassing, and it's just a sign it's a reflection of where beach soccer is in Nigeria.
If we had added goal difference to this standing, it would have been more humiliating because you now have to give Nigeria minus 20. If we had added it, it would have been minus 20. But we won't do that. We're not going to do that.
No, not good at all. And I mean, it just shows that they're not ready. The authorities are not ready, for a proper, beach soccer culture. And until that is done, we're going to keep seeing this kind of results. Quarterfinal pairings, there's Brazil versus Russia. There is Senegal. There you go. So you don't even have to go too far to Europe or to South America to see.
Not at all.
Senegal, West African neighbors, right?
Yeah.
They're in the quarterfinals. They will be taking on Portugal, though, because that one is they have their work cut out against Portugal. But I expect Senegal to really put up a fight in that particular game. If they're going to lose, which is very likely, I expect a respectable scoreline. Other matchups in the last 8, the Azuris will take on Switzerland, while Japan will take on Uruguay. Japan, beach soccer.
I'm telling you. Okay. All right. Let's stop licking our wounds. We need to take a quick time out. And after that time out, I guess we'll come in. Maybe it's going to be able to lift up our spirits. I don't know. But let's go. Let's take a quick time out and we'll come back for more sports this morning. All right. Well, welcome back. Welcome back. I said the guest might probably lift our spirits. He's doing that already. Rotimi Akinlele joined us now this lovely Wednesday. Rotimi, it's good to have you join us. First, welcome.
Thank you.
And let's dive straight into it. FIFA Beach Soccer.
Good morning, Tayo.
Yeah.
Well, it was a script that I just played out. Of course, no one expected Nigeria to come out of this group. And then,
Especially when there's Brazil and Portugal there.
yeah.
But do you expect those scorelines?
Yeah, against Brazil and Portugal, yes.
Okay.
Yes. The only one
10-1.
The only one that would have been close was the
Was
one
one that was
against Oman.
close. Exactly.
Oman is their second time at the World Cup. So
I told you, so,
we've been going.
We're on the same
since-
page with that one.
Exactly.
Yemi wasn't expecting
Brazil-
those scorelines.
But it's still hot, though.
No, I don't think it should hurt. The
It
Brazil
sh- it
team we
hurts,
played
seriously.
at in Lagos some weeks ago was a totally different side. This is the main World Cup squad. And why this World Cup squad didn't come to Lagos
dear.
was because I think they played the tournament 2 weeks before that tournament in Lagos. They just had to send like a batch B or batch C, which we defeated. And everybody was like, oh,
it's
we're ready for the World
Brazil.
Cup. But it doesn't work that way. I mean, look at the Senegalese. They've got a culture. They've got a league, a functional. Even in Ghana, they've got a functional league and all of that. So, yes, we have the guys that can play beach soccer, but we're not ready for it. It doesn't look like the NFF is interested.
What do you say to this notion? Because you tend to hear it a lot, and it's not as if I'm coming down hard on anybody.
Yep.
We've done more than previous administration, and I seem to hear it a lot. When you want to talk about issues like this, then some people will start saying, these guys have done. Is that the issue or the fact that we're just not doing enough?
We're not doing enough.
That's just it.
That's it.
That's it. Simple
I mean,
as that.
we knew we were going to the World Cup, and nothing was done up until 3 weeks, 4 weeks before the World Cup. No, it's not magic. It's not rocket. I mean, it's not something you just throw a wand
one
and
magic
then
wand, yeah.
everything just pops up. So against Brazil, fantastic result for the Brazilians. Good lesson for Nigeria. Against Portugal as well, I think it was well deserved.
Wow.
Oman was the only one, and we
Could
even
have gone
still
either way.
lost.
Still lost
But look
it.
at the Senegalese. They lost by a goal to 2-time champions Russia in their opener. They won the next game. They did enough in the third game, and now they're throwing against Portugal. I think that game is 50-50 because they play well. We will lack out. I mean, there are what you call combinations in beach soccer.
You have
We
to
don't
see
even
that.
do any. So the few times we managed some combinations, to put together some combinations was when we started the fight back against Oman, but it was too late.
Yeah.
But if you look at other teams, it's not about putting the ball on the sand and dribbling and all.
Trying
No,
to go through the
there are
middle.
combinations
Technique.
and techniques that you have
That
to
make it a
exhibit,
lot
and
easier.
you don't get that in 1 week or 2 weeks.
Nah.
It has to be a part of you.
Yeah,
So
it has to be a
that's-
part
so
of you.
that's
So
just it.
that
Yeah.
means the league is so important. Like we said. All right, then. So hopefully the authorities have once again they've learned their lessons.
Let's hope they've learned. Let's hope they've
Let's
learned.
hope. Okay, that's all we can do now. Let's move on to the UEFA Champions League match day 5. A couple of very interesting results to talk about. Let's get confirmation of the results before we get the thoughts of Rotimi. Starting from Group A, where Galatasaray were held to 1-1 draw by Club Brugge. In the second match in that group, it was Real Madrid throwing away a 2-goal lead very late in the game to end up dropping points against PSG. In Group B, I mean, that Group A is actually already settled. Real Madrid are coming second behind PSG, and both have qualified for the round of 16. In Group B, Red Star Belgrade were hammered and destroyed by Bayern Munich 6-0 in that game. Robert Lewandowski scored 4 goals in 15 minutes to take his tally to 10 goals in 5 games in this season's UEFA Champions League. Tottenham and Olympiacos ended 4-2 in favor of Jose Mourinho's side, and that was a special comeback that we teased at the start of the show. In Group C, Atalanta 2-0 over Dynamo Zagreb. Manchester City 1-0 against Shakhtar. Back-to-back games now, City have dropped points. But I guess what matters is they have advanced into the round of 16 with a game to spare. In Group D, Lokomotiv Moscow lost against Bayer Leverkusen by 2-0. And last but not the least, Juve defeated Atletico Madrid by a lone goal. Paulo Dybala with a sensational free kick almost from the corner position. Impossible angle, but great players like Dybala find a way of making the impossible look very, very, very easy. All right, then, Rotimi, let's talk about the special comeback. Literally, it was a special comeback for Jose Mourinho, the special one, first home game in charge of Spurs. And they found themselves 2 goals down so early in the game. And you started to think, okay, what is going on here? I imagine the fans at the Tottenham Stadium as well too were wondering what kind of lethargic start is this and why are they playing so poorly?
I don't think it was a lethargic start.
Wow. Okay.
I don't think so.
So what happened? How did they concede? Was it mistakes?
Yeah, I mean, it's possible that you start a game and go on to concede goals, even if you're playing well, and that's why we have that time against the run of play.
Yeah. Also, was it goals against the run of play?
I think the first goal that came in as early as the 5th or 6th minute was against the run of play.
Okay.
Yes, Olympiacos knew they had to win to stay alive in the Champions League.
So they came out fighting.
And if you look at the Tottenham story in the last 2-3 weeks, any coach would tell his boys, we can take advantage if we actually start on the high, go at them and all of that. So I think that was what we saw from Olympiacos, which is not bad. I mean, it is expected. You want to stay in the competition. So even when they got the goal, Tottenham, you saw the fight back, the chances were not being taken, and then another break, a corner kick, another defensive lapse
again.
And then Semedo tapped it in. On a good day, Tottenham wouldn't have considered that kind of goal.
Yeah, okay.
You know? But as I said, if you understand where they're coming from, it is only expected that you see such stuff. And then I think the credit you should give is to the players for not. I mean, if they were lethargic, they probably have like, it's 2-0. Let's see how we can let's
roll over.
You know, let's just
it was when I say lethargic, I mean the way they started the game compared to the way they came out in the second half. It's a world of difference.
Even beyond, I mean, after they went down 2 goals, they started
playing.
We started seeing more of, okay, now we have to do something and all of that. So they got one luckily, and then that's before halftime.
Right
and
before
that
was a gift.
5 minutes into, I mean, that was a gift. So you can as well blame the Olympiacos defense and why did you have to make such a mistake in a big game? So they gave them that nudge. You can come back in this game, and then they took advantage. 3 goals in the second half. Mourinho will tell you now that he's the humble one, and it was just a
credit
good.
should also go to him.
Definitely,
27 minutes already making changes.
Definitely
Wasn't going to accept that to go.
And that's kind of manager Mourinho. If I put you in a game, if you're not working for me,
if it's not,
I take you out. Most coaches wouldn't do that.
Although in that case, he said it wasn't because of the players. It's just there has to be a tactical switch.
It's in
and
England.
he went for it.
In England, they'll probably query all of his moves. So he has to come out and defend something. Tactical switch, yes, it had worked.
Yeah.
And now 3 points. It was important for Tottenham to get that win. And of course, they have it.
Jose Mourinho celebrating at the end there with a fist pump. Of course, Serge Aurier played a very important part in that comeback.